What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G, and welcome back to the second episode of the Siracusano rerun event. We're going to go ahead and continue where we left off last time. Try to get a good bit more in here. We've got 4 days left on the event, and I already jumped in and did like my daily logins and stuff like that. Got a couple things taken care of. Did a little bit of farming, and I actually cleared the one base siege resource skirmish stage to get the carbon pack, the big block carbon pack, because I needed that in order to upgrade some stuff in my base, which I did. I went ahead and did some base upgrades just because I'm trying to make preparations. Needed to get a level 3 factory and needed to upgrade my workshop and stuff just so that I could get ready to get the things that I'm going to need to Elite 2 some of my operators. But at the same time, I also just wanted to upgrade some things in general, and I took the time to do that. So I went through, buffed my Texas a little bit. She's pretty close to being maxed out Elite 1. And I also just kind of overall, like I said, I upgraded a couple things in the base, started working on getting a few things done and prepared. Built a couple more factories and got them loaded and just a few little things like that. And again, all my daily stuff's done, so we'll be jumping right into the event. But first, I have a little bit of a random that we'll go ahead and we'll use, and I've got enough to do 3 polls. We'll do 3 polls on the Colonel banner and try to get some operators from there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and go into the headhunting first. We still have till June 7th for that, but we have till June 4th on this. And I'd like to, I already got Chen. I already got Provence. I have Texas. However you say her, Provence, however she said it, I can't remember. It would be nice to try and get Rosa, and Waifu wouldn't be bad to have as an extra. So we'll keep working on this, and then maybe if we save up enough OP and stuff like that, we'll go into the other banner there and just do at least the 10 to see if we get anybody at least a 5-star. So let's see what we get here. We got Popcar first.
Reporting in.
Then too, we have a few more days until the shop resets, and we'll be able to start getting some more polls and things from there.
Hello.
Cardigan.
I've never
So
been
that's
in
2.
such a big mobile facility before. I'm so excited.
And then 3. Utage. Okay. Now, if we have any at the end, if we have any random OP, whatever, we'll go ahead and use it to get a couple more polls in. But that's that for now. So I get a couple things here. Yeah, just a couple gold collectibles there. And then... That's weird. I don't remember this was a longer set. Oh, Melantha. We'll do a crowd control on that. That works. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and check these. And then we'll jump right into the event here. Okay. Now, I did take the time today on my main account on my phone. I actually completely completed the main stages of the event. I didn't I skipped all the story and stuff on there because I'm doing it the story and the narration and things here, but I went through and did the entire event real quick. Absolutely dominated every stage with my main account. I was actually really proud of that. I even beat the final boss like without issue, which kind of surprised me. I didn't have to look up any of the strategy stuff for it. So I kind of have a slight feel for the stages, but I don't know how I'm going to do it with my team because some of the stuff later on is a bit harder. So for this, it might not quite work out the way I thought it was. Also, I don't know why I had the idea that I would get 10 likes every day or something. I didn't pay attention to this, but so I put them all into the Texas review here, but whatever. All the other ones, if you go through, you can go check out the other reviews and stuff. So I guess you only get to review one time and whatever, I gave all my likes away. That is what it is. So I've only got those 2 characters. So I did figure out this is that Ben guy. And then so you have Vigil, Lappland, Giovanna, This is a character that pops up later. I forget his name, Father something, Agenir or something. Sora, Dimitri, the car wash guy, and then that Ben dude. So I did figure those out at least. But next we have IS-4, Crack of Thunder. So we'll start the 4th stage. Here we go. Sora, are you ready yet? Stop rushing me. Ugh, this dress is so tight. You haven't been chubbing up on pizza behind my back, have you? What are you even talking about? I only had 1 extra slice last night. Sora, suck it in. She hissed at her. But she's not, she's a Lupo. Well, we don't know for sure because Sora's a different character because like she appears in general as a Lupo. She's got the ears and the tail as if she's a wolf, but in her Elite 2, whatever the one art, she appears like a caudus as well, so like a rabbit. So it's kind of a thing, and I guess that's kept secret by her management team or whatever, the Monster Siren Records, so that it doesn't tell exactly what she is. So we don't know for sure. But I would just venture a guess that she's mainly Lupo. Maybe. I don't know. Alrighty, perfect. You're good. Done? Come out already and let me see. Coming. Oh, look at Sora looking all pretty. Whoa, you look amazing. You wouldn't say that again. One pretty lady. If only Texas was here to see you two. Yeah. I knew you had it in you, though, Sora. You made it on stage here in Siracusa mighty quick. But of course. This time, La Morte de Texas will be presented in multiple acts. We've already finished rehearsing the first one, and opening night is the day after tomorrow. If everything goes well, maybe she'll be the one looking for me rather than the other way around. That could happen. Let me think. Yeah, if it comes to that, I'm definitely going to buy a pizza and to slap her face around a bit. Speaking of Texas, I've been talking up that Bologna family. I hear tell things have been awful rough for them lately. Hope that ain't getting in her way. She's gonna be perfectly fine. Most we can do right now is keep the faith in her. We gotta rest up before Sora's debut too. I originally wanted to take a look around the city, but it feels like I've turned into Sora's bodyguard. Bite me. But hey, I've eaten my weight in the free food at the theater. Their pizza's not half bad. Things are probably only gonna get busier from here on out, so let's go for a walk. Okay. Hey, did you hear? You're talking Tex, right? Huh? Right, Texas, sentenced. Eh? Excuse me, did you just say something about Texas? Yep, sure did. You interested? What happened to Texas? My boyfriend's with Familia Bologna, and I heard it from him. You know how Il Ministro dei Lavori Pubblici was killed a few days ago? Apparently they found the culprit. The one who did it was the last of the Texas bloodline. I think her name was Salinia or something? No way! They even decided on the court date. It's the day after tomorrow. Signor Leontuzzo, we agreed on this meeting, but you already pushed it back several times. My sincerest apologies, Signor Wallach, but I've had too much to deal with lately. I hear you already withdrawn a lot of your men from several areas previously under contention with other familiae. I'm worried about you. I'm glad to see you're alive and well. It's nothing major, just cutting our losses. I'm quite fond of that prudent side of yours. Don't worry, Familia Rosati has no interest in kicking a man while he's down. There's one problem that I must reluctantly bring up. It has to be about Texas. Salinia, Texas. Is she back? And even one of your bodyguards? Is it really her? What if I say yes? We never knew she was alive this whole time. Back then, it was my father who saved her. I see. This was the old Don's handiwork. Construction of the new city was, from the very beginning, because of the fate Salvador shared with Siracusa. My father only hoped she could return to Siracusa to see the city. Such is Familia Bellone. Despite knowing full well the significance of the Texas name to Familia Rosati, you still invited her to come back so graciously. Impressive, truly impressive. I, Wallach, can only offer my admiration. Again with your jokes? Jokes? How was any of this a joke? The news that Signorina Salinia is still alive means a great deal to us Rosatis. No matter how the Bellones see it, we are in your debt. Our two familiae will see this new city built, hand in hand. What debt is there to speak of? Very good, I love it. By the looks of things, Fratello, you've been waiting for me all this time. So tell me, what is it you want? Simple. For the Rosatis to stay out of this. Oh? You want us to stand aside and watch the last Texas go down? That's not going to fly with the boss. After the trial is over, she'll be held in custody, and you'll still be able to see her. Just see her? She's our guest, but she could also be yours. All right, it's a deal. Dimitri again. So this is when you decide to reveal Salinia. That's certainly unexpected. Was it Lavinia's idea? No. There's no way for her to know Salinia wasn't the murderer. Knowing her, this isn't a decision she'd make. Could Leon have convinced her? Never mind. In any case, I didn't expect this card to get played. Dimitri, what are we doing now? Time to rub out Salinia? Do you have any idea how many heavies she put down during the chaos that broke out 7 years ago? But an ambush, explosives, or good old-fashioned poisoning. We might have a way, but don't forget to take into account whoever invited her back. Whoever they might be, and it undeniably was a clever move. Now that things have come to this, we're forced to resort to more brutal methods to put this trial on ice. At the end of the day, our goal is to plunge the city into chaos. From the very beginning, we've been here to provoke Signora Cecilia. Now all we're doing is taking another step forward. Gotcha. If you ask me, I think there's another option. Who's there? Of course. Whatever you're doing sounds like fun. Mind if I join in? Of course Pookie wants to get involved. She's playing everybody. Bernardo. Come in. Director, did you hear the news about Texas? I did, just now. Do you have any clue what's going on behind the scenes? I got the news from Judge Lavinia's own announcement. Lavinia, the judge who helped me. She doesn't seem like the type to lie, but... Are you going to postpone your debut? Could you please help me come up with something? I at least want to see her first. And regardless of whether or not your debut can be pushed back, I want to know what happens when you do see her. Signorina Sora, I remember you said you came to Siracusa with 2 friends to look for her. You always believed in the woman you knew, that she was truly who you thought she was, but now you know her hidden past. You've been forced to learn that the woman you've been chasing might be an entirely different person. Say you go see her, what then? What are you going to say to her? And what is she going to say to you? If that's the way things are, then maybe it's all my own fault. Maybe I never knew her well enough. Even if she was clearly keeping something from you. That depends on her reason for doing it. Anyway, Mr. Bernardo, showbiz is a big melting pot and I've met all kinds. It's way too hard to be the person you claim to be. At least, I don't think I can pull it off. I always think to myself, one day I'm going to turn into someone I'm not. So I never expect it from other people. Everybody has their secrets. I do, she does, and I'm sure you do too. If she wants to keep her mask on until the very end, and that's the side she wants me to see, isn't that also genuine in its own way? Absolutely. Also, maybe I didn't express myself clearly enough. I'm not looking for Texas so I can give her a piece of my mind. Not at all. The 4 of us lived together in Lungman for almost 6 years. 6 years, precious to me beyond words, and I sincerely believe they're just as precious to her. Still, she left without saying goodbye. Should I be upset over that? I'm not. I'm worried sick about her. Susie and Croissant would say the same thing. So we came to Siracusa. If she's caught up in some trouble, then we're going to bail her out. If the weight of her past is enough to make her crumble, we'll be there to share that burden with her. Through many plays, the fate of Familia Texas is known far and wide, even if rumors of Selenia's death were exaggerated. Her past is likely much deeper than you can imagine. I know, but we haven't heard it from her directly. She has to tell us what she thinks of herself. Only then, if she still decides to part ways with us after everything we've been through, only then can I say goodbye without a weight on my heart. Only if I try my best can I go move on without any regrets. Well, I'd probably still have some regrets, but they wouldn't be that bad. You speak with a great deal of wisdom, Signorina Sora. I'm just trying to come up with excuses for my bravado, that's all. But I do feel much better after having talked to you about this. You were right. You were right, though. If I went to see her right now, I don't think there's anything I'd be able to do for her. Actually, I was ready to agree to your request. After the trial, you will see her. I can promise you that. Really? But for the time being, you'll have to keep waiting. Thank you so much. I have to go get ready first. Unfortunately, I won't be there to see your debut in person. Huh? You're not going to watch? That's right. I'm afraid I have something important to do that day. Don't worry. I've already prepared the best possible stage for you. Thank you. I'd better get going then. See you. He's wrapped up in something in a way. Bernardo walks over to the shelf and pulls out a book, a legal codex wrapped in thorns. He remains silent for a long time until finally he places a call. Dimitri. Tell her. Just say I agreed. With a boom, thunder surges outside the window. It seems to augur the heavy rain about to come. He's involved with Dimitri. Interesting. Here we go. Let's see.
Let's go.
Okay. I know this stage. We're gonna double crack there.
I'm listening.
Double crack on snipers. We cover up here.
There you are.
Nobody comes out of here. Whoop. Game almost froze for a moment. That's weird.
Solid positioning.
We'll put Texas up there to help. OG Texas can put a handle on them.
Take aim.
I do need to try and get a caster out here because of this guy. So, put Amia out. Yep, and she helps to stop. Everybody's hammering on him now, which is great. Amia is still... We're in golden shape. Yep. Yep. Alright.
There you are.
I guess I don't really need her, but it should be good that we can speed this up.
I'll
Do this again.
Hurry up.
Full red.
Here.
Activate Amia. Beautiful. Whoa! He sniped Click out of there. It's all good though. Alright, those two have got this covered. They don't need Click. And these two go through. We got it. Let's go. IS-4 is done. Beautiful.
Mission accomplished.
As far as she was concerned, she's always lived the life the exact same way. But to other people, she was just like a Siracusan. Was she just like a Siracusan? She didn't know. All she remembers is what she once said to her grandfather. People who keep going on and on about how life in Siracusa is nobler, or about life in Colombia is nobler, are full of it. To which he laughed heartily. The high-profile case of Ministro Carracci's assassination is about to be heard in court, but it seems that only a small number of invitees are being allowed inside the courtroom for security reasons. Everyone else is waiting around the Rione della Giustizia for the outcome of the trial. Justizia. Courthouse is encircled by guards, but nevertheless a large crowd is formed. It appears the death of Ministro Carracci has touched the hearts of the citizenry. We will continue to report on this situation as it develops, so stay tuned. Sora, are you ready? Mm-hmm. You two can go if you want, while I'm performing. That's all right. Even if we showed up, it's not like we'd be able to get in. Yeah, all we can do is sit tight and wait for the verdict. And you break a leg out there. Don't worry about me. I'm already in the right headspace. Sora, are you ready? Almost time for curtain. Be right there. Volsini Courthouse. Quiet, please. Court is now in session. The outcome of today's trial will be made public to all citizens of Volsini. The case being heard today is the assassination of Ministro dei Lavori Pubblici, Carracci. Bring the defendant to the stand. So, that's Texas. Look at the color of her eyes and hair. There's no mistaking it. She's a Texas. This is that guy. Okay, he's sleeping. How is she alive? She murdered Carracci? Silence! Salinia, Texas, you were present at the murder of Ministro Carracci. I was. I planted the bomb and detonated it as Il Ministro dei Lavori Pubblici was walking by. She straight up admitted it? This is the last Texas. How the mighty have fallen. What was your motive? I had none. Who gave you the order? No one. In other words, you acted alone. Yes. Impossible. How'd you get your hands on a bomb, and when did you have the opportunity to plant it? Does that matter? Did you come to take revenge for Familia Texas? No. But, Your Honor, I've confessed to everything. I believe there's no need for these two mafiosi in the juror's box to be so rowdy. How dare you! Can we just skip all the boring procedures? Huh? Leon, what are you still doing here? I thought you'd be at the courthouse. Is it really so surprising, Dimitri? Would you like a drink? Let's skip the morning booze. I'll prepare some refreshing fruit juice for you. Get me a whiskey, the strongest we have, and then answer my question. How'd you guess? Simple. The attack on me and the assassination of Carracci both prove that someone wants the Giudici Familiae at each other's throats. And as Lavinia is a Bologna spokeswoman on the topic, she can't be allowed to find the murderer, or she would be able to bring the situation under control. Therefore, now that Lavinia has arrested Lavinia and Selenia, that's funny. That's a rhyme! The other side can't let the trial proceed. So what has to happen to Lavinia? Fortunately, things didn't work out for you. You might not have realized it yet, but she's already influenced you a great deal. It's making you question your decisions more and more. And through her influence on you, she might come to believe that she's capable of something. I have to nip that flight of fancy in the bud. Funny how you talk all confident like. Actually, Leon, doing this brings me no joy or peace of mind. I didn't want to wait till the very end to tell you the outcome and force you to accept it. So it's just like you said. Fortunately, things didn't work out for me. But that didn't stop you. We could take all the time in the world settling this score. Speaking of which, the safest option was to have Selenia die mysteriously on the eve of the trial. That didn't happen, proving that the other side is afraid of her. After all, even if we set aside her being the last Texas, she's still a guest of the Dawn. In other words, the only ones willing to let this opportunity slip by are from his familia. Lo and behold, nobody made any attempts on Selenia's life yesterday. What if the other side anticipated your trap and purposely held off? If they're set on challenging Signora Cecilia's authority, you'd expect there to be a lot of commotion. So I did a bit of research into which familiae have been the most active over the last couple of days, and it turns out you, Dimitri, are behind all of this. I must admit, I did not expect Signora Salinia to stand trial for someone else's crime. I figured it wouldn't make a difference whether or not she was involved in our plan, but by the looks of things, I really should have thought that part through. Don't be too hard on yourself. If she didn't come out and say she was fine bearing the stain of this crime, I wouldn't have thought of it either. So in that case, you should show her your gratitude. Of course I will. But before that, I have to ask. Why, Dimitri? Isn't it obvious? I'm the traitor in the Familia. I'd be more willing to believe that everyone else is a traitor before you. If I can't trust you, then who? Leon, what do you think about this new nomadic city? Obviously, it's a new way of dividing up the spoils. Whoever has the last laugh will be the big winner. Sure, but I see it as more as a testing ground for Signora Cecilia. Let the Dodici Familiae fight amongst each other here in the name of building a new city. The new generation of cubs vent their repressed violence while the old wolves turn their eyes to a new prize. Pretty great, huh? With Columbia's return to the fold, the stagnant cesspool that is Siracusa gets a new lease on life. No matter who wins in the end, it all works out for the woman at the top of Grey Hall, Signora Cecilia. Wait, you don't mean... You've done a great job these past few years. You suppressed the other Familiae and took control of Il Ministero dei Lavori Pubblici. My God, I can't talk. If things keep going that way, the Bolognes will get the last laugh. But what will it accomplish? Our Familia gets absolute control over the new nomadic city, and after that, it's back to business as usual. And you want more than that, or rather, he wants more than that. Since Grey Hall was established, since the Dodici Familiae were prohibited from warring against one another, who has ever really been content? We used to be hungry, unscrupulous wolves, and the struggles between our Familiae were bloody and endless. But now, the newest generation of cubs is all nice and comfy in their shackles. They're used to coexisting with other Familiae. They find solutions to conflicts. They argue with each other in Grey Hall over what you call dividing up the spoils. We never did any of that. No need to. So he wants to overthrow the Grey Hall? But how? One individual has allowed the Familiae to act independently, but she will never permit them to violate her ironclad law. There can't be any fighting in broad daylight. We were about to win, and only under these conditions could our sudden fall from power get the attention of the jealous Familiae. Wolves fight, that's nature. They don't hold back at the smell of blood, no matter how domesticated they've become. They tear into each other, claws, fangs, and all. That's how we get this particular individual to step out of Grey Hall. And we'll all be waiting for that one moment. Crack. The crisp sound of glass shattering echoes across the empty room. Pup is unaware of the wounds caused by the splinters. We'll get the last laugh, Leon. And when we do, we'll control more than just a new city. We'll have all of Siracusa. That's what your father, Bernardo Bologna, who single-handedly made the Bolognes the most powerful that the Dodici Familiae wants for us. You're wrong. Huh? I haven't stopped you. Or I guess I should say, you still have a backup plan, right? You knew from the very beginning that you'd be found out, so you waited here for me on purpose. The reason I'm here is because I figured I had to face up to your anger. I owe you an apology, both as your closest friend and as your soldier. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I at least want you to know that I didn't sleep well doing what I did. Stop talking like you're giving a victory speech! I lost, Leon, really. But maybe this is just the kind of place Siracusa is. Just maybe the Don's ambitions were right. Just as I was about to admit defeat, she appeared. Who? A lunatic. A lunatic. Hi, Pookie! Tell me, Gambino, can you guess the best way to ruin somebody's day? Huh? Take his head clean off, right? What do you think, Capone? Find his friends and family, kill them one by one, sit them down, and treat them to a slideshow with their pictures. Huh. That's why I always say you two will never amount to anything. Huh. Then let's hear your bright idea. His faith, my friends, his faith. You destroy his faith. Destroy? No, how could you destroy a man's faith with your hands? That can't be done. But you give him a gentle push and let him watch his faith fall right out of the sky. And then, whoosh, Crash! It shatters into a million little pieces. And how do you get a man to shatter his faith so easily? Oh, no, you misunderstand me. Faith is pure and clean, but life is filthy. So easily. A better question is, how could it be hard? So does this have something to do with us getting you that truck? Huh. I get it. You're gonna run over that judge to shake Texas up, right? Does she come across as the kind of woman who'd break down over one dead judge? What are you gonna do then? You're the Lappland who was exiled from Familia Saluzzo. Why are you in Volsini? Wait, how'd you even get back into Siracusa? You know how the Bolognas have a connection with Salinia that nobody knows about. I got me a connection with the Saluzzo name that'd make you wretch. So you're here on their behalf. You could say that. By the way, I think you should probably put the weapons you have under the table. Put away. Dying here won't do you or your planes any good. Let's make a deal, Bologna cub. You want the case dismissed, don't you? I can help with that. Is that what Alberto Saluzzo wants? I'm his daughter, and I know him better than anyone. Haven't you been dying to find out exactly what I'm doing back in Siracusa? It's simple. I need her to understand that Siracusa is a swamp. You don't just get to wade your way out. That goes for all of us. As such, you confess to having committed all the aforementioned acts. I was. Very well. I hereby proclaim that Salinia, Texas is guilty of murdering Ministro Carracci, Ministro de Lavori Pubblici. I pronounce you... What's going on? What was that sound? Anybody else hear that? It's an engine? But we're in a courthouse. How could that... For the mafiosi of yesteryear, the unspoken rules were held above all else. Signora Cecilia placed the shackles of the law around the necks of the familiae. Thus a court of law was erected in every Syracusan city. In Siracusa, the courts stand for Grey Hall's will, and the judges are executors of Signora Cecilia's will. The judges inevitably find themselves controlled by the familiae, sometimes even submitting to them. However, every judge knows there is one line that cannot be crossed. They must prevent fights between the Dodici familiae. Just as the Dodici all know, their every move is always under the watchful eye of Signora Cecilia. Thus a delicate balance of power is established through the courts. But now... BAM! A declaration of contempt for Signora Cecilia. A mockery of the very laws of Siracusa. With an engine's roar squeezed between the bouts of high-pitched laughter, a truck rips through the wall. And even after crashing its way inside, the engine does not stop, as if proclaiming to others this is no mere accident, but rather by design. Ah! What's going on? What's the truck doing here? Who's the driver? Get out of there this instant! Not bad. Now that's the face I wanted to see. Who the hell are you? Ah, yes, buongiorno, signore e signori. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lappland Saluzzo. Saluzzo? I am also Carracci's true assassin. Wow. Breaking news. Just now, someone drove a truck into the courtroom. The woman who carried out this jaw-dropping deed has identified herself as Lappland Saluzzo, and she claims to be the one who really assassinated Carracci. At present, Judge Lavinia has suspended the trial and detained this individual. We will continue to track the last developments, so don't go anywhere. There's Ben. People no longer recognize the stench of blood as blood. It becomes a natural part of society. Let this be a poignant wake-up call. In a city where even the sewers are choked with conspiracy and spilled blood, such fascinating developments can still take place. O wolf with a yearning for the wilderness, you never fail to surprise, but will you break free of your shackles? That I do wish to see. Over a dozen mobsters lie on the ground howling. The one still standing is a girl holding a longbow. Luna Cub! I never knew the wolves in this city were this weak. Agnes was right. She pauses briefly, then suddenly turns to sniff the air. It's coming from the direction of the warehouse. Are there other wolves from the wilds in this city? No, this is not the scent of the wilderness, but it's very close to it. Luna Cub. That's cool. I didn't know she was part of this story, too. That's awesome. I like Luna. Luna Cub. Alright, now we have Leontuzzo's stuff here. So, let's go ahead and switch over to him. This stuff I could wait until the very end to do if I wanted to, just based off of what I went through with my playthrough on my phone, but still. Atop these tables, familiar complete traditions and contests such as civilized socialization. A banquet not particularly grandiose. Signor Ministro. We'll wait here. We'll skip through to the end, scroll back up. There we go. Signor Ministro, we could take care of this easy, and it'd be awful nice if I didn't need to lean on the old ways of getting you to pay me back. We'll cover some of the expenses and use our connections in the government to handle this for you. In return, someday, that day may never come, we will call upon you to do a service for us. The man sitting across the table is in no hurry to speak, swirling the wine around in his glass. If I make this deal with you, the public servants who currently show me great respect might change their minds about me. Their respect hinges on me acting without self-interest. My reputation is very important to me. That's unfortunate, Signor Ministro. It saddens me that we can't see eye to eye. Recompense. Oh, now we're at the Bologna estate. The Bolognes, now mightiest in all the city. Leontuzzo pushes open the door of the study. There are already mafiosi inside waiting for his response. The job didn't go well. That tells us he's not about to get won over by the other familiae either. Signor Leontuzzo, we're not in such bad shape. Call Dimitri over. Want an apple? He's a stubborn paper pusher. If he's not ready to get with the times, we'll just have to go with the tried and true methods. Want me to come along? I guess. Sounds like you want an excuse to get a little workout, huh? Dimitri, standing next to him, raises his eyebrows. Oh, I was almost expecting you to say something about principles. I've had something on my mind, that's all. Like what? He felt like he deserved more from us. Still, I want to find the path of least resistance. Let's go. Okay, we got him. Familia short sword, a short sword that bears testament to his status as a mafioso. A gift from father to son, representing the acknowledgement and expectations of the man who was both his father and Don of the Familia. Okay, Baroque Street. The old streets of Olsini are either packed with fighting familiae or completely empty. We're here. Alright, let me handle this. Okay, he's on board. He'll see you tomorrow. You didn't have to do anything? The guy was sobbing and cradling his little pet. Besides, it would have felt bad taking a shower in somebody else's house. Must have been a real shock for him to find out halfway through his meal that all his guards had been replaced top to bottom. I doubt anyone would care if the guy sitting across the table had blood on him. At that point, what a damn shame though. Took pretty good care of that pet. Since he's working with us now, we'll have to find him another one. He's gonna love it. Interesting. Alright, we got a fence pillar. Explore more areas first. So now we've unlocked him. Let's double check. Okay, explore more areas for Texas. No more for her. Okay, so next we go with Dimitri. Citaldo. Okay. Bygone gift. Razor-sharp dagger. Its owner took this blade into possession, yet at the same time warned his fellow mafiosi not to take revenge on Leontuzzo Bologna in private. The Bolognes, now mightiest in all the city. Okay, Dimitri closes the door. The thick wooden boundary separates him from the conversation between father and son. Leon, the Don told me his plans. I'm sure he'll lay his ideals into you again. That way you'll get what it is we're doing here, and how weak and stupid what you're doing is. When he told me everything, he really was the spitting image of what a Don should be. He was sitting on his couch with a glass of wine on the table in front of him, but it felt like he was seated on a throne. That was the day I realized Siracusa has become too tame. We never should have gotten comfortable under her rule. Divvying up the spoils she lets us take under the rules she made. The familiae ought to bite, tear, fight, and steal for the largest slab of meat, and carve it up as they see fit. That's what the Dawn taught me. Okay, so we're done with that for now. Okay, so we have an interlude here. That's the next thing. Lappland goes to jail in Texas's place. Interesting. All right. So, we'll go through this story bit next. No one told me about this. Me neither. Did she act on her own? Don't worry about it. I chose to let her do it. Don Alberto, but why? A gold coin can mean very different things in different circumstances. The Bolognas will not have their way. What's a little smirch on our reputation if it means we cut another piece of flesh off Bernardo? Understood. What should we do now? Prepare my car. I'm going to see my daughter. Yes, Don Alberto. By the way, where is Dan Brown now? Dan Brown? I think he's working at a car wash. Give me the address. Are you calling him back? I never permitted him to leave the Familia. Understood. And prepare a banquet for... a feast for the heir to Familia Bologna. Let me go. We caught the assassins thanks to Lappland's tip-off. They've been identified as having taken part in Leontuzzo's assassination. Do you two know her? Hey. Nothing good ever comes of dealing with you, Lappland. Look on the bright side, it's not every day that you get to sit in a Siracusan cell. Lock them up. Yes, Your Honor. You were the one who waylaid Salinia and ordered the bombing of Karachi. Is that still your story? You sure are persistent, aren't you? Don't you and Bologna want to get this case closed as quickly as you can? Does it matter if it was me or Texas who did it? You really should hang me, Your Honor. I'm just a pawn my Familia cast aside. Surely you can do it. Imagine the positive impact that my death will have on justice in Siracusa. Isn't it worth a try? I don't know what you're planning, but I'll do exactly that if you really are the culprit, Lappland Saluzzo. First, there's someone I have to see. Welcome back, Don Bernardo. Take a break. You've been working hard. Yes, Don Bernardo. Okay. Not happy. How could I be? Come with me. There's some things that you have to know. Okay, I get it. Why didn't I put two and two together and realize how he was connected before? Why did you bring me here? My lord. Oh! Bernardo, are you asking me to tame your unruly cub now? He just needs to understand something. What are you? I am Il Signore De Lupi, cub. Leontuzzo feels a daze at the words Signore De Lupi. Fragments of knowledge and memory rush into his mind and take shape. Signore De Lupi, sovereign of beasts, beings that were never born. They've existed since time immemorial. Zaro is a sovereign of beasts, and he and his kind have borne witness to the path that the wolf pack tread on in the wilderness. They're engaged in a killing game, guided by their own nature. The Signori De Lupi are immortal. They gain no satisfaction from fighting amongst themselves, so they have set rules for their game. Each Signore De Lupi grooms a human to hunt the others. These are the fangs of the Signore De Lupi. The one with the last fang standing becomes the alpha. Okay, interesting. Signore De Lupi, they hunt fangs. Could it be? Your father has been an excellent fang. Rubio, Don Alberto is holding a banquet for Familia Bologna. We'll need the best food. Could it really be Saluzzo? Rubio? Oh, it's nothing. Let me think. Ordinary hospitality won't do when the Bolognas are involved. Please inform Don Alberto that it would be my honor to prepare the banquet personally. I eagerly await his response. In Colombia, a show of kindness by mafioso often results in the subject becoming a chip in a bargain. The more one cares, the higher the cost. In Siracusa, the subject may take their last breath on a dark, rainy street. The more one cares, the greater the pain. One must become cold and heartless. Texas knows that well and detests it. I'm sorry. No need to apologize to me. You can leave after some paperwork if you want. Procedurally, you're no longer a suspect. I'm not worried. It's quieter here in jail. Haven't you given up yet? Do you really think your old friend did it? It's her style, but I don't see the motive. Then it's not time to give up. Signorina Lavinia, Familia Rosati sends word that Signor Wallach would like to speak with Signorina Salinia. Well, no rest for the wicked, then. Lavinia realizes that Tex has put something in her pocket as she passed by. She reaches into it and finds a note. There's a phone number and a short message scribbled in a corner. Penguin Logistics Deliveries, rain or shine. Senor, if you have to sleep, can you at least put your legs down? Are you talking to me? Who else? How could you sleep in the theater? And to put your feet up like that, how rude. I'm not blocking you, am I? No, but it's really off-putting to have someone so rude beside me. All right, I'll put my legs down. Hey, why do you have food with you? We don't sell food here. Yeah, I bought it at the corner store since you don't sell popcorn here. Is it your first time here? A friend suggested I come here to relax. What do you think of the performance? I don't really understand what's going on. Why are they doing that? Escort this gentleman out. He's not welcome here. Hey, I bought a ticket. Give him a refund. Right away. Come with us, senor. And get the hell out. Say, I saw him when the show started. Thought he was some rich boy out to experience society. Turns out it was a poor cazzo who knows nothing about the opera. Do you like what they were doing on stage? Of course, the actors look nice, and the songs were beautiful. Is that what they call art? Stick to the bars, plebe. Oh yeah, here's your ticket money. Don't you dare say we took it. What's that? You want to do this the hard way? Hey, this guy's strong. I need some help here. Something's not right with his eyes. Ah, my arm, it's gonna break! Hold it right there! Just let it go. Don't waste your time with a cazzo like that. Come on, let's get your bandage up. Sorry, Signorina Lavinia. Doesn't look like this is something for me. Guess I should find a bar to get myself drunk, then spend the night at the porno theater. Interesting. Okay. Want a drink? Dan Brown looks in the direction the voice came from. He sees a man leaning by the side of the alley, shaking a bottle in his hand. The porno theater, huh? Wolf porn. Interesting. I want an explanation, Lappland. Isn't this what you wanted? Help the Bolognes when they're at their weakest, control them and dominate them, rather than destroy them. I thought I taught you. I taught you what to do in times like this. Oh, I forgot. It's been years since I left, you know. I can have you ignoring the business I give you, or you going against me. You're my daughter, after all. I'm a forgiving man, but I can't let you go over my head to make decisions for the Familia. Even if you did actually guess what I wanted to do, I am Dawn of our Familia. 7 years ago, I kicked you out for this. 7 years later, you came back and did it again. You knew it would infuriate me. You knew it was the only thing that could infuriate me. Why did you do it, filia mia? Because nothing else brings me joy, padre mio. I wanted to know if it's really your position that matters most. I've always wanted to know. Hey, dickhead! I don't care if you're a dad, don't touch my pookie! Lappland raises herself from the ground with great effort. Her face is full of joy as though this is what she came back to Siracusa for. Of course, though, she don't give a shit. She'll fight back. Time's up, boss. That'll be all for today. That's all? You defied me, but you're still my daughter. You know what I want better than anyone. All you're missing is discipline. It's my fault for not educating you properly. There's still time. Ooh, what a dick. I like him. He hit my pookie. Daughter or not, I don't care. He hit my pookie. Saw the Signore De Lupi live amongst us. No, he's the only one who involves himself in human society. The rest of them stay out in the wilderness. Why? He believes that the authority over man is a form of power, and he wants us to use it to triumph over the other Signore De Lupi. So he wants you to overthrow Signora Cecilia, become the de facto ruler of Siracusa, and help him win this fight with his kind? You, me, the entire familia, we're all tools to him. Did you think I was going to accept that? How could you accept being a puppet your entire life? Figlio mio, there's one thing you've misunderstood. He taught me how to win with power. He taught me how to win power, just as I taught you. Using it to defeat the other fangs is just a part. Every decision that I made, including what I'm doing now, is my own. How can you be so sure? Oh, he's serious. Look at him, the strength of his character. He's no puppet. We're each other's tools, instruments for our mutual victory. That's all. Boss, the Saluzos have sent their invitation. Don Alberto would like Signor Leon to attend his banquet. I've lost count of how many times you sighed today, Sora. Can't be helped considering what happened at the trial. But we raid the prison. You lost your darned mind. At least we'd get to see her. I wouldn't recommend it. What are you doing here, Miss Katerina? That's my line, Sora. Why are you out here? It's dangerous. I live nearby. You do? Did you get scammed? It's fine. She got me and Exusier. Who's this, Sora? Oh, I met Katerina a few days ago over at the theater. Well, I guess it's fine if you have friends you can count on. What about you? Oh, don't worry about me. A noisy place like this is conducive to my creative work. Creative work? Say, the playwright behind La Mort de Texas is named Katerina too. Could you be? Uh-huh. Wow, no wonder you knew so much about the Texas family. I read that one. Even I could tell it's one humdinger of a script. Can I get your autograph? I love her, like, Southern, like, American Southern accent and stuff. And like, when I first heard her voice, I thought it was the same voice actress that does Millie from Hell of a Boss, but it's not. They're different, but they've got a very close sounding voice. It's funny. Sure. Not that it's worth anything right now. The Morty de Texas is going to be a blockbuster. You can bet on that. Thanks. Back to what you just said. You look like you could take care of yourselves, and I wouldn't put it past you to actually get it done if it was any other Syracusan prison. But things aren't so easy here in Volsini, with Lavinia around. The eyes of the Familiae are all on that place. You don't know what trouble you might stir up if you act rashly. Heh, we were just kidding around. You didn't look like you were. May I ask a question? Okay. Do you know Selenia well? Sit. There's an unwritten rule in art and writing. You can base your work on the familia, but you can't mention a real familia by name. I've heard that. Somebody put La Mort de Texas out there. The first work to use the name of a real familia. And that means the familiae aren't trying to stay in the shadows anymore. They're out to take center stage. All thanks to Colombians. A lot's changed since Colombians got mixed up in the Siracusan art scene. Unscrupulous artists, or rather craftsmen, pumped out work that's starting to stink. They're not making observations about life, they're making pale imitations of it, as long as audiences are willing to shell out money for it. It's just a mosaic of pop culture. What was popular yesterday shows up in theaters tomorrow. Real quality is buried under garbage, which becomes all you find when you look for art. Isn't that terrible? If it's what everybody likes, then what you call art sounds like garbage. Some think like that, but not everyone. Then there are those who would like to keep good art from being buried, but they don't know how to fight the tide. That old-timey opera didn't appeal to me. But you never escaped the past, did you? Who are you? Benthonexygios. You'll find my name in the review section of Orsini Arts Weekly. Ben. Just call me Ben. Ben. I've got my thoughts on what Syracuse has become. People up high say we ought to solve our problems in more civilized ways, but when I try to do something all civilized, things turn out the same as they always did. Why do we fool ourselves like that when we don't actually have to? The familiae know how things are trending, but no one wants to give what they already had. Want a drink? That wine's not cheap. It's not. And this is a cheap pizzeria. It is. Why pair a wine like that with pizza like that? Because the wine is worth the same as the pizza to me. The wine is certainly finely made, but just as much care was put into growing the wheat that ended up in this pizza. Is there really that much of a difference in value between them if you take away the trappings of civilization? Do you believe in these things? The trappings of civilization? Like the label on this wine, slap it on something and you're free to feed on the people whom you fooled. So, Selenia fled to Lungman, and you were her friends. Hard to believe, isn't it? No, I believe it. Really? First, there's no need for you to lie. Second, I always thought there was a chance she was still alive. Now I understand why she suddenly showed up. I guess she made a deal with the Bolognas, and now she's here to pay her debt. Definitely sounds like her. But what a coincidence it is that you found the Campagna dell'Abla. Or perhaps it's no coincidence. What's special about that company? Nothing, it's nothing. The Campagna dell'Abla is a... Diabla is a good place to start if you want to get close to Familia Bologna. But, well, come with me. What's this place? It's my home. Wow, books and papers everywhere. Sorry about that. I didn't have time to clean up. Take this, Sora. A key? Yes, it could be dangerous outside. Come here if you want to practice. It's quieter, and I have plenty of scripts you can look at. But just think of it as making a new friend. All right. All right. Ooh, now we got Lappland, the banished lone wolf who returned to the rainy city. In her eyes, Siracusa is a swamp, and she observes the fates of those who wish to escape it with bated breath. Okay, so that's that. Wait. He's still... Explore more areas first. Let's check everybody else before Lappland just to make sure. He's explore more. Okay. She's explore more, okay. So we're gonna have to get farther in the story before any more of these open up. But we'll work on Spooky now. The wastes seeking to break free from it all, an empty husk filled to the brim. When I get back home, I'm already being given work. And a picture, a little boogie. Little girl is dressed impeccably in formal attire, her somewhat naive eyes looking not at the camera, but at the person standing beside it. Were it not for the striking similarities, no one would believe this is an old photo of Lappland. All right. Slutsos never place their bets lightly. Okay, go, don't disappoint me. Arrivederci, padre mio, and buongiorno, buon pomeriggio, and buonanotte. With that, Lappland takes a step back, salutes her seated father overly respectfully, turns around and walks out of the room. Several of the mafiosi in the hall breathe a sigh of relief. One man steps forward and stands behind Alberto. Capiche? Capisco. Go then. The figure follows Lappland, also disappearing down the hall. Let me tell you again why I'm here. I've got a debt to collect for a certain someone. You've paid off the principal, now comes the interest. The dull thud of bodies falling to the ground echoes through the room. Yawn. She killed our contact? He's in no hurry to head back to report his mistake. Caution told him to stay in position and continue observing, and he dared not approach to inspect the body until long after Lappland left. But he quickly realizes another problem. The body is still alive and opens his eyes. You really took the bait after all. Omertosa sent somebody to keep tabs on me, huh? Lappland picks up the weapon at her feet and squints at the man in front of her. Say, what's your favorite dessert? Who's that? Signorina Lappland. That's right, there's no mistaking her. The car wash worker puts down the bottle of wine in his hand and looks at the shadow of his knife beneath the moonlight. Fun, fun. He passes out between the bottles. Now we've got Dan Brown. Okay, let's check this. Ooh, special mission. All right. Let's give this a shot. Back alley. Ooh. Okay, I remember this one.
I don't think I'll even remember your faces after this one. Anyway,
this is going to be a little tough. Use her to freeze and attack this guy.
I won't sleep on the job. Freeze!
Okay.
Hurry up.
We can pull Red back.
There we go.
Alright, so that's going to be, she'll cover them.
I'll show them what I can do.
Okay. We got the Familia Crossbowman.
Freeze!
Solid positioning.
Let her have some fun here.
Hold on! Freeze!
Yeah, and these guys, they'll loop back out here. So we'll have a chance to get them yet.
Doctor? Please, come to your senses!
Not what I wanted. I want that. And I need her there. Whoa, boy, they're taking me out left and right here. I didn't expect that. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's because of that. Put Bubble here. Let the casters take care of this guy. And we'll put Myrtle there to fight too. Myrtle can help take him out quicker. Those guys are a pain in the ass. I don't like them at all. Alright, I won't need her anymore. It's just them. We're good. We got it. Those dudes with that mask, you have to block them before anybody else can attack them. They are a pain. Even with higher level teams. So it's kind of got to be a little more strategic. But I just realized too, the reason why I was starting to get taken out there left and right was because I had the blood debt really high. It had the claw mark on it. So, all right, we can recompense that. Looks like the people don't know way. Okay. Another one. Clear the stage at least a 2-star while triggering asset liquidation no more than one time. Okay. Let's try it. Oh, this one. Okay. This one again. Double stack our.
I'm listening. There you are.
Solid
Cookie.
positioning.
Texas will go there with her.
Let's begin.
Here I am.
Okay, so we got him loaded up.
You
We
can't
need
stop me.
Amia here. Red.
No way,
Let's stop him, that's fine.
Hurry up.
I can pull her. I'm gonna keep him there as just a security measure, but I probably won't need him.
Here. Are you afraid of me?
I like using her real quick like that
Hurry
because
up.
number one, she's a quick redeploy, but she'll freeze him. Like she will stop and push back an opponent real quick. Gives a little bit of a bonus there. Last one there. Poof. Okay. Now it's just these two going through the hole. We got it. Again. I do like how some of these bonus stages are just like little additives or like the same as a stage you've already completed or something like that. But either way, it's just interesting to see how those play out. Another one. Clearing this with a 3-star rating while defeating none of my business. Okay. None of my business. Okay.
The hunt begins.
Okay. We're gonna double stack our snipers here. Let's see, what I did on mine was I had Exusier and then I had what's her face?
Sleep on the job.
Mulesies.
You'll pay for that.
I need casters down here. So I'm gonna put Amia there.
You'll pay for that.
These two will handle him for now. So I can get this stacked pretty well. Alright, my casters will handle this bottom row. Now I can stack more up here. If they get through, these guys have got them. So I'll put Pookie maybe here. Okay. I should just start calling her by name. I'm so used to calling her Pookie. But you guys have known me long enough with the other stuff that I've put out here content-wise that you know exactly who I'm talking about. Okay. Yep, they got him easily. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I still have 2 limit. I could throw medic out there, but I think I'm in good shape for now. For now. We're almost halfway up. I might want to put medic out to cover her. Let's do that. Just so I can heal Jessica, keep her up. I didn't need a medic on this on my account, but that's just because I was stacked with Exusier that was just flooding these guys as they were coming in. Mulesies, who I had her thing popped up like right here, and it was quad stacking with Ayafiala's ability, her water clone. It was just obliterating everybody that would come near. I put like those two out, and I think I put Ayafiala in the bottom row, and that's all I needed to beat this stage on my account. That was kind of crazy. We'll put Texas here.
Got it.
I'm right here, Doctor. I know how you're thinking.
Oh,
Good scenery here, Doctor.
that's not who I wanted, but okay.
Strike them.
That's not who I wanted, but okay. I'm gonna lose him now. Wow, 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 wow. I'm not gonna beat him. I don't like that. I was doing so good until that dude. He's kind of like those
First aid needed.
those little like raider dudes or whatever that you can't block, but they don't really attack much, but he drops those fire thingies there. That sucked. I was doing good on that stage. Everything was good until it was him and then that other guy at the end.
The hunt begins. The scent. It's thick.
I won't sleep on the job.
Wonder if maybe I shouldn't so much worry about having both my casters down there. Like if maybe I shouldn't have an extra one up here. Just focus everybody up this area. That might be an idea.
You'll pay for that.
We'll put Amia here.
Solid positioning.
I'll show them what I can do.
Because like this guy, they'll get attacked. They'll get taken out. It's not really gonna...
Not one step backward.
We'll get Click out here.
I'll show them what I can do. Not one step backward.
We'll save these specials for later. Or save the abilities. Almost there that much.
Here I am. There you are. There you are. Doctor? Not one step backward. Here, I hear someone. Can heal that wound in no time. I'll show them what I can do.
See, that just pulls everybody away there, and I don't understand that.
I'm here to help. Crosswords.
I did take care of him, though. If I can work these two, except for the fact that I don't really he's not counted towards the enemies, but
Don't be afraid. I can heal that wound in no time.
but still, that's weird.
From shadows. I'm listening.
It still counts as a -1. That makes no sense, though, because he's not counted on the enemy list. That's kind of dumb. But weird. Very, very weird. I don't know how else I'd be able to block and beat him, but I have to 3-star that while defeating none of my business. Maybe we'll come back to that. What we'll do is we'll come back to that just once I get a little more, like a little better of people here, just because I am going to be working on increasing my team. So let's go and see, though. I have this here. What can I get out of the shop? What haven't I farmed yet? I'm working on all these things like little by little. We'll take that stuff. We'll take these. We'll take... There's 5 of those, so we'll take what I can. That's 4. All right. We get all this stuff, these last couple things, and then we can start working on what's left here. So, we'll go back in. And yeah, she's the only thing. And then I've got this guy, Dan Brown. Opera box key, a delicate, intricate key Only one such key exists for each box, a method used by the theater manager to ensure the safety of the mafiosi who come here to enjoy the shows. All right. Okay. Go over here and check out the car wash. Already done washing my car. You work pretty quick. That's how I put food on the table. Not because I'm your last customer of the day and you want to go home soon? Want to see for yourself? Unsociable fella, aren't you? Have a nice day. Walks to the back of the car wash and lies down in a bed. A dream. Car wash worker dreams of a job he did. Blood and water mix into one and flow into the sewer. The beastlings inside feast joyously till they flop under their bellies and die in the ditch. He holds a knife in his hand, the blade warmed by the blood coating it. How many did he have to slash for it to reach this temperature? The question does not trouble him too much. He only wants to hold it aloft again, using it in the most straightforward manner, using it with the most gratuitous violence. Now this is Siracusa. This is what Siracusa should be, He lifts his knife, his next target. He suddenly sits straight up. There's nothing in his hand, only the light from the half moon leaking from the gap between the houses outside his window, shining into his eyes. He reminisces about what he saw in that dream. A small car wash shop with a clerk of very few words. Business doesn't look too hot, only a few old acquaintances stop by. 2-star rating while triggering. Okay, let's try this one. That other one we didn't do so hot at, so I'll have to upgrade my operator, so maybe look up a little strategy. Oh, it's the same one.
Straight ahead. All right.
We'll try it.
Incoming.
Hopefully we don't have
Get
to
ready, everyone.
nobody's business or whatever.
I won't sleep on the job. Freeze! I'll show them what I can do.
Try and stack it the way I normally do. Or the way I've been trying.
Yeah, joker! Take aim! I'm right here, Doctor. I hear someone crying. I'll
Help
show
her
them
cover
what I
that.
can do.
Should be good. Probably medic, and then I'll be golden.
Daisy, there you are! Take aim!
This guy's coming down here. We still got these 4 and these 3, which these 3, that technically puts us at 22 when they close through. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 29, which means 6 more after that. 3, 4, 2 more enemies. 1, 2, okay.
You'll pay for
So
that.
that should be it. Here's our final barrage. Yep, and there they go. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. We'll still have to beat that one, but like I said, we'll go back and do that
We may
later.
have achieved a perfect victory.
Maybe,
But we
again,
still
either
can't
look
let
up
our
a
guard
strategy
down.
for that particular stage, or we'll do something where we can like readjust our operators, how we're placing them, just something. Something's got to give, because we're so close. We complete the majority of that mission, and I mean, again, it's a side mission, but this is how we're earning Vigil. And to get his folder and stuff, we have to complete each one of these to get his folder to get him full potential. I want to be able to complete that. So the thing is, it's kind of an issue where we complete the whole stage, but we lose when we get that last dude. I'm not able to stop him. I want to figure out, though, how does that other guy, like, drop those little spots, right? That was under Lappland, so go back and look. That was over here. That's the Siracusa estate. So, does it tell us anything? After losing a certain percentage of HP, releases a permanent incendiary field. And see, he makes a couple of loops, but he's not blockable. Friendly operators inside the field take true damage every second. None of my business. Okay, so we'll figure him out. We'll come back and we'll figure him out another time. But for now, let's continue on with IS-5. See if we can clear this one. Though I considered the possibility that Omertosa was trying to pull a fast one on me behind my back, my suspicions were confirmed the moment I saw you. You're the real deal, a flesh and blood Texas. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wallach of Familia Rosati. You're Colombian. Of course, most associates of Familia Rosati are. So how did you enjoy your prison life here? There was nothing special about it. Strange. Logically, you never should have spent so long in jail in the first place. Just what was Bologna thinking? Is there something unusual about obeying the law? The law? What do the courts here in Siracusa have to do with the so-called law? Look at it this way. In most Siracusan cities, standing trial and going to jail is a common coming-of-age ritual for a young mafioso. After that, his familia associates go pick him up like a warrior returning home triumphant. Everything on the surface here is meaningless to those who live by the underworld's ways. What's your point? You grew up in Colombia. Do I need to spell it out for you? A complete joke. There's no other way to say it. But that's why we were able to establish ourselves here so easily. Do you enjoy talking politics? You obviously don't. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan either. I'll get to the point then. Why aren't you dead? None of your business. Fine. Let me ask you a different question then. Why did you come back? Didn't Omertosa tell you already? I owe the Bolognese a favor. So let me get this straight. You knew the Bolognese wanted to bring you back to deal with us Rosatis, but you still went along with it. I didn't know that until I got here, but you could say that. Your bluntness makes me wonder if there's something wrong with me. Last of the Texases? Are you going to tell me you forgot the Texas name used to rule all of Colombia's familiae, large and small? That your grandfather, Salvador, was the lodestar for every associate of every familia in Colombia? What the Texas has left behind has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with you? Wallach smashes his fist into the coffee table next to him, and fresh blood begins to seep from his fingers. He does not seem to realize it. You are Salinia, Texas, the granddaughter of Salvador. As long as you live, those things have everything to do with you. The mere mention of your name at a Rosati table forces us to change the way we do things. Texas was our pride. Do you know how much effort Giovanna put into reuniting the remaining Colombian familiae so that Salvador's blood and sweat would not go to waste? You have any idea what it was like to finally give in to Senora Cecilia, traveling thousands of miles to go from Colombia to Siracusa? In order to survive, we even gave up the technology to build a nomadic city, basically letting Siracusa construct a new one for free. That was all because of the fall of Texas. It had left us no choice but to accept the reality. And now you, the last Texas, deign to set foot here like you own the damned place, claiming that you have nothing to do with all of this. You're just here to pay off a debt. You even go so far as to stand against us. You owe the Bolognas? That you're even alive means you owe a much bigger debt to the Colombian familia. I might owe Giovanna an explanation, but I don't owe a thing to the Colombians. After I settle my accounts with the Bolognas, I'm leaving Siracusa. You think we'll take your word for it? Your very existence shakes the foundations of Familia Rosati. Where's Giovanna? What? I'm asking, why are you here instead of Giovanna? I speak for her. She wouldn't, for example, grovel at Senora Cecilia's feet, same as she wouldn't send a representative to meet me. You think you know her so well? Judging from your expression, looks like I'm right. Huh. Isn't that unlucky? Turns out I'm the one that doesn't know enough about the legendary Texases. Always thought I was a pretty good actor. You're not bad, but you speak eloquently, and at great lengths about Siracusa, as if you've seen through the country for what it is. It feels very familiar to me. I wouldn't keep doing that if I were you. Why not? Because it proves you don't understand this place well enough. But you were right about one thing. Now that I'm back, I should go have a chat with Giovanna. You won't be seeing her. Sorry about this, last of the Texases. You're too much like a Siracusan. No, you are a Siracusan through and through. So I cannot let you see the Donna. You'll shake her, and you'll shake others too. You'll bring ruin to a great many things. So please turn back. Go close the deal you have with the Balonies and then crawl back wherever you came from. You're free to do whatever you want from here. But I'll ask you to bear one thing in mind. Familia Rosati does not welcome you. Texas stands up and walks to the door. Unconsciously, the would-be assassins part and make way for her. She looks around, reading anger, bewilderment, disgust, confusion, and other emotions in the eyes of the Colombians. That is what her surname brings to the table. Texas. She lets out a sigh and exits the room. What an unexpected guest. I went to see Bernardo. I've already warned you several times before not to call the Don by his first name, Signorina Lavinia. You know where he is, don't you? Give me one reason why I should tell you. If standing here listening to you mock me from your position as the big winner is enough to get you to tell me, I'll gladly play along. The big winner, huh? Whatever. It's not like you knowing will do any harm. Don already left for the Saluzzo mansion. You won't be able to see him. If you want to stir up trouble in his household, that's on you. But if the Don has decided to open discussions with the Saluzzos, I suggest you don't stick your head where it doesn't belong. You don't need to tell me twice. One more thing, Signorina Lavinia. I don't care what you think about me, but I hope you do remember this. Leon is a man made in this familia, and he was the first to deviate from our path. We're all one familia, and a familia ought to stick together. Your path? That's a nice euphemism for craven ambition. Heh. Droplet of rain strikes the ridge of her eye socket and rolls down like a teardrop. Never in her life has Lavinia experienced rain so frigid and biting in Siracusa. But she promptly wipes away the streaks. It's too soon for that. Who is it? I'm looking for Penguin Logistics. That's me. Do you have time right now? I have a moment. What services does your business offer? We deliver letters, messages, goods, and people. Rain or shine. Perfect. I have a job for you. Oh, Sora, you went to Katerina's place after all. There are tons of resources here, and Miss Katerina even left her notes in a lot of these scripts. She's really passionate about her job, huh? Stop sighing, won't you? Everyone knows your acting thingy ain't just another way of chasing Texas. Leastwise, you don't want it to be. Right, but finding her is still our top priority. After all, Lappland is back in Siracusa, and she's been doing some pretty crazy stuff. If you think about it, that makes perfect sense. It always feels like she's there whenever Texas shows up. Do you think she's doing it to help Texas? Looking at the scoreboard, Texas sure as sunshine got her name cleared, but ain't that kind of strange whichever way you look at it? Yes, I'm sure she has her own goals. Gah, I don't have what it takes to deal with that woman. Anyway, she ain't no friend of Texas. Don't take a genius to know that much, but her attitude ain't much like an enemy neither. End of the day, I just can't figure out for the life of me what it is she wants out of Texas. But the Millefoye she gave me earlier was really good. Don't want to hear nothing out of that hungry mouth of yours. It's kind of like how I used to look at Mostima. Couldn't figure her out, but after I gradually stopped thinking about her, she actually started to make sense to me. I feel like it's the same with Lappland. For people like her, there's no point trying to guess what they're thinking. It's better to just accept what they say at face value. Only if word they say is true, can you start to figure if they're ultimately trying to weave truths into a lie? Time for me to get some chow. Exusier, you watch over things, okay? You got it. Sora, are you practicing your lines again? Oh, hi there, Miss Katerina. We're about to start our performance of Act 2 of Le Mort de Texas, so I have to step it up. Oh, I completely forgot. Time sure has a way of sneaking up on you. Exusier, would you like some pizza? Sure would. It's like the third or fourth time that she's like been swayed by pizza so far, and this it's just wow. By the way, Miss Katerina, since you're the playwright, you'll be coming to watch the show, right? I actually wanted to tell you that I'm going away for a while. Huh? For how long? Well, shouldn't be too long if everything goes as planned. Don't worry, it's nothing major. Something happened back home, and as the eldest daughter, I have to go back and get everything under control. Being a big sister is hard work, isn't it? It's not so bad. Unfortunately, I'm still not sure what to do for the climax of Act 3. Maybe I can find some information back home at this time. Did she say information or inspiration? Inspiration. All right. Come on, don't look at me like that. We just won't be seeing each other for a bit. I should still be able to find the time to come watch Act 2. Who knows, maybe I'll surprise you backstage and invite you out. Really? After all, I rarely get to make new friends and I wouldn't want to miss the performance of a script I wrote myself. Right, that settles it then. If you're coming by, you have to let me know. Of course. I'm off then. Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you later. Donna, you didn't bring any luggage. After we're done here, I have to head back to finish my script. What's there for me to bring? All right. How have the Saluzos and Bologna's been reacting? The Saluzos invited Leontuzzo to a banquet, and the old wolf Bernardo agreed to it. The banquet may end up very interesting, and everyone has eyes on it now. Should we respond in any way? Pollock, help me make some travel plans. I'm going to go watch the opening performance of Le Mort de Texas Act 2. Is the script you wrote that important to you? Of course. It is the product of my painstaking labor. Also, didn't you just ask how we were going to respond? That is my response, seeing how Bernardo Bologna is about to step away from his own theater. Naturally, I, Giovanna Rosati, ought to return. Interesting. Okay. I know this one. That's where I put my Exusier in the last one.
I won't sleep on the job. No, one step backward.
Okay, we're gonna put her here. Put my two casters here.
You'll pay for that.
Because we have like one or two enemies that come in this bottom row, and they are a pain to deal with. So I want to make sure my casters, my snipers and casters have got everything covered here. Yeah, see, like there's this guy. And you can kind of attack them in a way where like you can put somebody here and face them down, but they won't do much damage as long as the guy that comes across, and he does something very weird there. I don't know what it is, but...
Can you do it? You'll pay for that.
Let's begin. Awaiting orders.
Pull her. She's clicked to blast that guy to smithereens. Now we got this one.
There we go.
Alright. Let them beat the hell out of this guy here real quick. I'll lose Mountain, but... No, I won't. But even still... We're making good progress. We need to get to like 38.
Hurry up. 準備完了。心配しないで。Crosswords.
Yep, and these two will be it. This will be our 38.
Awaiting
Perfect.
orders.
Okay.
ドクターの言うことはシャー Not one step backward.
Simple and
I should have moved her back one just because he needs like arts damage or something. I can't click on him.
戦に光あれ。
Herself up a little bit. And toast. There we go. That's IS-5. Courtrai Siracusa. Leon. I've never been one to tell you what to do. I've always hoped you'd come to your own decisions about everything. You've done very well all these years. If you really think that, then why? Why did you suddenly decide to act now? Why are you telling me this? Why did you betray Lavinia? Countless questions swirl around Leon Tutsa's mind, but none of them leave his lips. What he just saw and heard seems to contradict his cognition. He suddenly feels as if the man before him is not his father. He's like a stranger. Because this is the best and only chance. What do you mean by that? You'll find out soon enough. Signor Bernardo, Signor Leon Tutso, it's a pleasure to see you. You're not one of the Siracusa's associates. Secretario di Sicurezza Alimentare Rubio. Why are you... My departamento is catering tonight's banquet. I'll be cooking personally. Oh? I've heard that in Volsini, no event worth its salt can be held without the endorsement of Il Dipartimento di Sicurezza Alimentare. You speak too highly of me. I'm just hoping to make food that satisfies the fine men and women of every familia. Yet another reason to look forward to tonight's banquet. Excuse me. You came. Where is he right now? He went to the Saluzzo mansion. Okay. You're not going to ask why? I could tell that Bernardo is very important to you. When I became a judge, he didn't ask me to abuse my position to protect the familia backing me, like all the other judges. He let me do what I wanted to do. Leon, too. As the Bologna's boss in the city, he respects my work and the brand of justice I seek to uphold. Even if I rule against the Bologna's, he sees it as strictly business. In his words, my justice is more effective than blind violence. I don't object to this understanding of justice. He even spends some of his spare time reading law literature. Even so, as a judge, I still have to come face to face with the injustices that constantly plague this city. The power struggles between the familiae, their oppression of the common folk, and the silent rage of the masses. The more I tried to uphold justice, the more difficult I realized my path was. I used to comfort myself with that at least I'm not the tool of some familia. But how could that be true? My hands are already dirty. I just didn't want to admit it. It's impossible not to get your hands dirty. Even if this seems silly to you, the promise Bernardo made to me was the only reason I was able to remain a judge in Siracusa. Promise? He once told me that after Familia Bologna emerged victorious, he would carve out a piece of land in Siracusa. There, the law I placed my faith in would no longer rely on pure power, where the justice I sought could truly be realized. He's hoped I could be patient until that day comes. Every time I start to think, I can't bear it anymore. I think of his promise. Tell me, if all of this was a lie, then what purpose has my life had for the past 10 years? I think, given his power and statuses, he wouldn't need to lie to you like that. Right. That's why. Who is it? Huh? I'm Judge Lavinia. I would like to speak with Don Alberto regarding the murder of Karachi. Your Honor, the Don is entertaining an honored guest right now and doesn't have time to... By the honored guest, do you mean Bernardo Bellone? Please inform the two Dons that this matter is of great importance. I will not leave until I see them. Please try this one. I learned it from a Latanian chef. Not bad, not bad. Times really have changed, Bernardo. In the old days, whenever we wanted something, it was all, I must have it, and I'll kill anyone who gets in my way. But now, I need to find officials or businessmen who are on good terms with me and ask them to get it for me. Be discreet about it, too. Wouldn't want news to get out. Ridiculous. Isn't that right, Rubio? Ah, anything you desire can be yours, Don Alberto. For one to be called upon to get what you want is his honor. Ha! Secretario Rubio, you must have been plenty lucky yourself to fill that position. I didn't have that kind of luck, which is why I had to go about it this way. I'm just a clown, currying favor with the bosses. Look at this guy, always talking himself down. The fact that you're even here today is enough to prove your worth. You're right, Don Alberto? All right, Bernardo. We've spent enough time exchanging pleasantries, so let's get down to business. We want to do what the Dodici Familiae have always wanted to do but never had the guts. Take her down. And sure, you have my support. But you've only just muddied the waters. If you really want to overthrow her, you're a long way away. The fact that you even dared to come to this dinner shows that the cards are still in your hand. So tell me, what exactly do you plan to do? Alberto, what do you think about Familia Rosati? Rosati? They've got ambition. Familia Rosati isn't alive today just because Giovanna's standing up as Salvador's successor. Someone must think the legacy of the Texas name, old Salvador's knack for unification, was an invaluable asset. If you ask me, it's just a liability. Charisma this, charisma that. In the end, money is what talks. It's the only thing that'll get anyone to give a damn about you. You're right, and also wrong. From where we stand, there's always methods of convincing people. But to be fair, I do somewhat admire Giovanna. While the Texas legacy did make for a liability, she took it up willingly and managed to make it her own. It's true that the Rosatis have depended on the wealth and connections they've accumulated, but they've gone too far. In what way? Do you really think she wants to hand over the key to the new city to either of our familiae? We've been jostling for power here, but the Rosatis haven't shown the slightest interest in participating, as if they're not even here in our world. But they are the same Rosatis that took up Salvador's legacy. They handed over the technology to build that city to Siracusa. Do you really think they're bystanders in all of this? To build a new city built to commemorate Salvador. A new city that could change the trajectories of Siracusa. You mind putting it in plain Siracusan for me? How could I possibly be more direct, Alberto? The Dodici Familiae have been battling here in Vocini, and to her this is nothing more than a beast-fighting exhibition. Don Alberto. Judge Lavinia and Salinia. They want to see me and Bernardo. What's the meaning of this, Bernardo? They're not with me. Oh? The Saluzos have never been anything but hospitable to our guests. But to those who are not guests, we can deal with them according to the Saluzzo way. All right then. You heard the man. Yes, Don Alberto. Bernardo, I know you enjoy chatting about plans in the future, but I like more practical topics myself, because you know those like the back of your hand. People know the Saluzzos never place a bet lightly, but few remember that when a Saluzzo does place a bet, he doesn't let it go lightly either. Rubio, the rest is not meant for your ears. I get it. Secretario Rubio, do you have any interest in opera? Oh, I sometimes go when I have time. Perfect. Take this. This is a ticket to Le Mort de Texas Act 2. Yes, if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, feel free to go check it out. I told you, Bernardo, the time for pleasantries is over. I'd also like to invite all Saluzos and their associates to enjoy the show together. What are you talking about? It's time to go. This is a private party. And what if I told you I must see the Dons today? The Saluzos have a particular way of showing hospitality to unwelcome guests. I'm sorry, Salinia. This is what I'm here for, isn't it? You dare pull your sword on a Saluzzo? Salinia, the last of the Texases. Are you out of your mind? Flip that one around. To kill. Not for the sake of killing, but for an honest and sincere hope. Since her return to Siracusa, this is the fight that has felt the least empty to her. This is what Texas thinks. My theater manager informed me that Familia Rosati has reserved a VIP box for tomorrow night's show. Oh? Haha. Staging a hit in a theater. Is that how the esteemed artistic director of Compagnia dell'Abla operates? It's just sprinkling the dressing of truth on the play. But there's one thing I still have doubts about. Giovanna has heavies from Colombia among her associates, especially her boss in this city, Wallach. I've heard rumors of his methods. How are you sure we'll be able to bring her down together? Don Alberto. Sounds like fun. Bernardo, the judge in that Texas, very much want to see us. They've already wounded some of my soldiers. They're both close friends of yours, Bologna. Care to explain? The associates of Familia Saluzzo have always been known for their bloodlust and combativeness. Alberto, if the Rosatis came to attack your home, what do you think their chances would be? Zilch, they wouldn't stand a chance. Salinia will be the blade that runs through the heart of Familia Rosati. Oh? Where Rosati soldiers can't go, Salinia can. So what are you worried about? Can the Rosati stop her? I remember you. I thought you totally gave up on this place, like you never even lived here. My time with the Saluzzos wasn't so bad. And you gotta know what it is you're doing. I do. Texas, you. Looking at the unconscious mafiosi strewn about her, Lavinia can't help but be briefly lost for words. Even with all this, Texas was still holding back. She thought she had seen it all in her time with dealing with the Familiae, but this is still beyond her comprehension. I'm glad I'm on your side. Unfortunately, it looks like this is as far as we'll get. Huh? Leon! Lavinia, you shouldn't have come. I have to ask Bernardo something face to face. The assassination of the boss of Familia Rosati has already been decided. Saluzzo and Bologna would join forces. That's the decision they made? It was our decision. Where is he? Dinner just ended. My father's upstairs. You can see him, but nothing will change. Along the way, Lavinia keeps running over a million different things to say. There are too many questions she wants to ask Bernardo. She imagines the countless arguments she'd have with them, as well as their outcomes. She thinks she has mustered enough anger. However, when she steps through the door, the scene she encounters shakes her to the core. Bernardo sits upright in a luxurious chair. In his hand rests a legal codex adorned with thorns, the very same as the one she holds in her hands. He lowers his head and rubs the tome lightly with his palms, as if completely unaware of the thorns digging into his hands, of the bright blood trickling down. Her chaotic thoughts all freeze in this moment. In the end, thousands of words condense into one. Why? The game is over, Lavinia. That sentence alone is already enough for her. Only a few moments of silence pass, but she is already sapped of all her strength. Lavinia turns to leave and does not look back, frightened of the tears about to roll from her eyes. Bernardo remains in place, uttering not a single word, as a few drops of his blood dye the floor.
Slice them up like a millefeuille. How do you like it?
Oops, didn't mean to click on that. Okay. Theater perimeters. Alright, so now we got some more stuff in, and then IS-6 is next. Okay. Whoops. I'm gonna switch. let's start here. Let's see if there's anything else. Nothing for Texas yet. Switch. Do we have Lavinia? Someone's waiting for me at the back of this Siracusano estate. Where's the little hand thingy? There it is. Small Trail Park. Place citizens often go to pass time. The shrubbery leading to a shortcut out of the park has already been trampled flat. I see you, Lavinia. Get out of that car already. We're in the middle of a bar crawl. Come join us. You didn't even come to our class reunion. Are you really so hard to get a hold of? What have you been busy with lately? I just got out of court. Stop pulling my leg. The courthouse isn't that way. It's the Siracusano estate, isn't it? Look at you. You're the only member of our cohort who's still a practicing judge, and you don't even have kids yet. Things have been real crazy around the city lately, so be careful out there. It all makes sense to me. Getting in with a well-off familia while you're still young, help them out a bit, make a fortune, then retire early and go do other things. Not much else we can do. What do you expect? It sure as hell beats being one of those judges missing a limb or two. Ugh, he's puking again. Looks like he's had a bit too much to drink. What the? Okay then. And here's more. Sorry, but I'm not in the mood right now. Go on ahead without me. Yeah, I get it. I can tell something's eating you up when you get like this. All right then, see you. Ciao. Lavinia gets back in her car and prepares to step on the gas. Huh? Two of us have a lot of catching up to do, so we're gonna keep drinking. Thanks in advance for taking the lightweight home for us. They put the dude in her car. Wow. Okay. I'd like to ask a favor of you, Lavinia. You're still a judge, right? Yes? Perfect. Back in school, I never took you seriously. My grades weren't any worse than yours, so how did you get an appointment so quickly? Later on, I heard them say you're actually supported by a familia, a big one too. Turns out it was the Pellones. So I was thinking to myself, ha, of course. That's the only way you could have become such a powerful judge. What's your point? I'm too scared. Of what? You leaned on your connections to become a judge, so I thought to myself, why couldn't I do that too? But when those wise guys came up to me, I was scared half to death. Barely a second passed and I already had to give up talking to them. Code of law in my hand was just an ordinary book. Actually, it wasn't even as good as a book, considering I've knocked a Ketso in the head with the notebook before. But when I saw those wise guys, I couldn't even muster the courage to open my mouth. Forget the whole justice thing, what the hell is that even? They're obviously criminals, but if they ever asked me to do them a favor in prison or even in court, I'd never be able to refuse. Backing of a familia. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have anyone backing me, but it's not that it's a good thing either. Maybe I never should have listened to him in the first place. I know. You've actually been doing things on your own way. You're much braver than me, Lavinia. Also, I heard that Bortolotti is dead, right? His hand brushes against Lavinia's codex, the thorns around it pricking his fingers and leaving spots of blood behind. You're all much braver than me. Residential neighborhood. Girl who lived here proudly proclaimed to her parents that she was seeing a young man from a familia. The smiles on their faces turned into an unfathomable expression. We're here. You can get out now. Oh, sorry, I got your codex dirty. Receive it. Lavinia takes back her codex, its surface stained with the blood of another judge. Do you plan to keep doing it? Yes. Lavinia recalls what happened at the Siracusano estate today. Now is not the time to throw in the towel. That's great, and I mean it, Lavinia. Maybe one day I might also go back to the law. Ooh! There we go.
Buongiorno, doctor.
Buongiorno.
I am
Now we got Vigil.
Pellones. Lascia perdere.
Lascia perdere.
My familia doesn't exist anymore. But that was the price we paid to buy change in Siracusa. As for what comes next, Operator Vigil is at your service, Doctor. I hope our partnership will be productive.
All right. So that's kind of interesting. Obviously, I'm not using the accent for him, but tone-wise, I was kind of close. Not quite, though. But of course, I'm not going to try to replicate his voice. That's for sure. But we finished off Lavinia. Let's see what we got for him now, for Leon. Bologna Estate. Let's go to the top. Where's the old man? The Don went to the theater. Leontuzzo plops himself down onto the sofa, and the other mafiosi step back respectfully. Conflicts, games, and fangs. Grey Hall, Siracusa, and the Bolognas. Padre. He opens his eyes and looks at a short sword hanging on the wall. It's a gift his father gave him many years ago. Represents the acknowledgement and expectations conferred upon Leontuzzo, both as a father and as Don of the Familia. Take the short sword. Okay. He reaches out to retrieve the short sword before pushing open the doors of the study. Bernardo's study is spacious and bright. The chair in the middle of the room is missing its owner. Padre. Ever since I was little, I've always thought about what Familia Bologna should be. When I saw Il Signore de Lupi, I didn't want to accept that it was a higher existence than me or my familia. Could it be that everything I've known, everything I've done, it's all been nothing more than games of higher beings? Is that what you had in mind when you gave me this sword as a favor from the Dawn? Even if you were sitting right here in front of me right now, I don't think you'd answer that question. You might see me as a disobedient son or an unqualified successor, but I've never tried to deny who I am. If you were wrong, then I will prove it to you. If I was wrong, I'll rethink everything I have to do. But what was never an option is hiding at home while other people fight for their lives. Okay, next thing. Teatro di Milano. And if they have the money, ordinary citizens are reluctant to book a box seat. What time does the performance start? It began half an hour ago, senor. I can still make it in time. He looks at the audience members running from the theater. Someone who doesn't want to give up just yet. Recompense. And now I got his folder, so I've increased his potential. Explore more areas first. I'm still on hers. Anything for him yet? Yep, I got something else for Dimitri. Okay, here we go. This way. Okay, skip. Don Bernardo. Our men have been dispatched. But what about Leon? Is he still in the study? Yes. I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about what he's been doing lately? Be honest with me. Speaking as a soldier, I think Leontuzzo is becoming more indecisive. He's been influenced by that judge. I know that he has his own ideals and is looking for efficient ways to work with the changing times, but it's clear to me that he's going soft. And I'm not the only one in the Familia who thinks like that. Though everyone will still carry out your son's orders, they're getting concerned. Go on. As his friend, I can say that Leon is a good fratello, someone I trust to have my back. But that doesn't mean that he's doing okay. What he's doing is okay. As our future Don, he of all people should know better. Okay. Workers quickly taking down posters of an up-and-coming lead actor. In private, people whisper about his presence at a Familia banquet the night before. We're there. You're going to blend in with the civilians in the audience. Don't make any noise in there. Then the moment you see Giovanna walk out of the theater, Dimitri gestures with his hand. Do the job the boss gave you. So this is stuff that I think is ahead of what I'm at. To a point. Set the ambush there. Any news about the drivers at the estate? No, none of them heard anything about Leon's movements. They're all back at the estate on standby. Leontuzzo won't be coming. Do you think he's... I know you all have a lot of questions right now. All I can say is he's brought it upon himself. If he keeps hesitating, the Dawn will deal with them. Right now, we need to finish our preparations. Those are the orders we've been given. Get the job done. Even if they... Okay, we did that one. Small trail park. At a park, Dimitri slouches into a long bench. It's the first time he's had a moment's rest in the last few days. Leon, the other day I was thinking about the stuff you said to me. Maybe that wasn't so unfeasible after all. If we were in any other Familia besides Bologna, your hands might have actually been completely tied. Now what will become of this Familia in Siracusa? Leon, it's not that I can't understand your ideas, even if I can envision the future you're talking about. But it's not a reality yet, right? Until it is, it's just a figment of your imagination. The work we have to do right now is down to earth. What you should concern yourself with right now is being the Familia's heir. If you're serious about this, I'll tell the Don what I'm thinking. Recompense. Okay, so we got more with him yet. The show's about to begin. Get in position. Dimitri grips the knife in his hand tightly. He no longer feels the vague excitement he did prior to the start of the mission. Instead, he finds his heart heavy. For the first time, he feels a slight reluctance to draw his knife. That feeling is fleeting, quickly suppressed by his other emotions. Leon, whether this mission succeeds or fails, if I make it back, I'll apologize to you. Familia Baloney has to come out on top. Otherwise, all the Familia's hard work will come crumbling down because of one wise guy's lapse in judgment, and I won't let that happen. Stay hidden. Finish the job. The ambush laid out in order, while defeating at least 2 Familia casters. Ambushes laid around the theater. Okay, let's see what this one is. Familia casters. Interesting. Oh, this one again. Okay.
忘れ物しないでね
We good.
Why can't everyone try to get along? I won't sleep on the job. Freeze!
Solid
He goes up there. Wish I had her refined horror mare costume here. I have that on my other account. I actually put it on her for this event because she wears it in all the cutscenes and stuff like that. It's just one of those things. It was actually one of the first costumes I got in the shop.
Roger, freeze!
Way back in the day, I got the freebie Fang, and then I had the vouchers or whatever. I picked hers up with my voucher, one of my vouchers.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Freeze!
Froze everybody there for a moment. There's her and blast away. Keep them healed. I'm gonna put her here this time instead of up here.
You'll pay for that.
Wait a second, and bam.
I'll show them what I can do.
これ以上は進ませません。
Freeze!
Okay, toasted. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, last 3, and then these 5 go through, and we're good. Beautiful.
Here I am!
ええ、ここにいます。
みんなどいて戦に光ある Let's begin. I'm right here, Doc. I hear someone
Beautiful, okay.
crying. There you are.
There we go. Toast. Boom.
Accomplished.
Got it.
Slice them up like a millefeuille. How do you like it?
Millefeuille. Okay, operation complete. We can recompense that one. Explore more areas for him. Got anything left for this guy? A few guys drinking in the bar. Okay, Pub Tremonto. Once a naive wise guy came here bragging about a deal he was about to score. The next day, people found a stiff corpse lying across the front of the doorway. Boss, hit me with 2 more bottles. You're gonna keep going? Looks like we've got a discussion on the floor here today. Boss shifts his gaze to the side, gesturing to a table in the corner. Normally wouldn't mind you getting a bit rowdy when you're drunk, but how about heading back home early this time? Those guys, they're not gonna start a fight. They're just gonna have their little back and forth on top of the table, and one of them will slink away with his tail between his legs. So we're done talking here, huh? That's right. I remember saying before that I never do anything without a plan. A number of patrons pull weapons concealed in their coats and swing them at their counterparts sitting across the table. The boss quickly retracts the bar and pulls up a repurposed partition in front of him. Car wash worker remains in a seat, squinting through drunken eyes at the 2 groups of mafiosi who just started fighting inside the bar. In the middle of the brawl, he suddenly bursts into applause. He just bursts out laughing. That's funny. It's a bar fight. Ha! Bravo! You pipe down over there. Perfect. This is what I wanted to see. His head tilts back as he leans into his seat, closing his eyes contentedly as he drifts into sleep. He just falls asleep to a bar fight. Like, who does that? Pizzeria Martino. Waiters show up only to bring out the menu and serve the food. They know that some conversation is best not overheard. Okay, we read that one. Like the label on this wine, slap it on something and you're free to feed on the people from whom you fooled. Where are you going? Nowhere in particular. I'd like to go see another opera. Will you understand it this time? That's not it. What you said. I want to give it a try. Did I say something? He talked about the trappings of civilization. You still remember, after all. Yep. Yes, he does. Outside teacher Milano. What are you calling me out in broad daylight for? Yesterday's show wasn't good enough for you? Why would the theater put this on? Come on, I rented this box. I'd like to invite you to watch a truly worthy show today. Make no mistake, senor. Today, you were one of the upper crust. Come, we must sit in an orderly fashion. Sit upright with your backs against the seat. Do not prop your feet up on the table in front of you. How does it feel? Mighty uncomfortable. No, this is how one ought to enjoy an opera. This is how they all enjoy their shows. Now you're one of the upper crust. Everyone respects you. Why don't you try putting your feet up? Push everything off the table, set your feet up on it, then taste what they just brought out to you. A lump of still bloody meat. Now how do you feel? There's no way in hell I'd feel comfortable here. You're exactly right. And how about we do whatever we want? A duel scene just happens to be unfolding on the stage. The protagonist just picked up his dagger, bringing it down upon his opponent. Whoa, what an incredible combination of lighting and sound effects. The foe's been down. Bravo, finally something I can understand. Give me more of this. Bring the wine, this is barely anything. And you aren't bringing out more yet? There's a knock at the door, brief and gentle. The waiter outside will not step into the box without permission. Excuse me, signori, I apologize for interrupting, but we would be honored if you would please allow the patrons downstairs to quietly enjoy the show. Car wash worker looks over at the door to the box, which has been open just a crack, and walks over. Why are you so scared to come in? Why are you talking to me from out there? Nobody answers. Just because I'm some random guy who happened to buy a ticket and book a seat in this high-class box? On stage, the duel is about to come to an end and applause bursts from the audience below. None of the audience sitting in the rows below are complaining about the noise from above. Ah, I get it. Because I'm sitting here above the stage, none of you dare to challenge me. Even if I still am me, but I'm not me anymore. This is how you all are. Friend sitting behind him does not lift his eyes to watch the performance on the stage, nor does he care about the mumbling of the car wash worker standing at the door. He simply continues to knock down glass after glass of fine wine poured by the attendant next to him. I get it now. Here, the key to the box. I'm gonna head out. Just make sure you take good care of him. Just one more areas, so we're done with him now too. The only one I'm stuck on so far is hers. So, I'm curious. I'm gonna try this one once more. I'm really curious about something. I wonder if I withdraw the others in the area before that guy has a chance to start dropping his stuff there.
Exusie, cover me.
I'm listening.
Or if I don't even bother putting casters down there. If I just put them up here and be done with it.
You'll pay for that.
Just focus everybody up top here and be done. Wonder if that'll matter. Keep somebody to block there would be good, but...
Here I am.
Solid positioning.
You'll pay for that.
Let's see how this works out. So we've got these.
Pay for that.
These three are probably quick that we can plop out on that guy if we have to.
Very pay for that.
There's got to be a way that I can beat this fairly easy. If I have to, I'll look up a strategy, but let's see if I can do it here real quick on my own. Just try a couple different things so that I can advance her part of the story.
Freeze! You'll pay for that. Simple and clear. Doctor, please come to your senses. Hiyo! I hear someone.
Okay.
Here I am.
Accomplished.
I beat him before the other guy appeared, so that worked. So that guy appears. Oh, okay, I get it. So that's why he wasn't part of the numbers before. He doesn't appear unless the blood contract goes all the way up. That makes sense. Let's go. See, just a little quick adjustment there, and I was able to take his ass out before the other guy appeared. Now I'm proud. Let's go. We'll continue on to your next part here, Pookie. Let's see. Citanova Main Street. Did you get it? I did. He asked me to follow you to Saluzzo Estate just to grab a few old photos. I brought 3 boxes of my best knives, all of which went into prying open some boxes. Lappland does not answer. She reaches out and rummages through a pile of photos. Ah, here it is. She runs her fingers over the photo and lets out an unpleasant chortle. Look at that itty-bitty face of yours, so cute and innocent. What was going through your little noggin back then? She's talking about her picture. Back alley. The smoke from the burning photo flushes out a gray and white striped musk beast from the grass. Oh, there's another little fella here. Lappland lifts it by the back of its neck, looks at the panicked beastling with its feet dangling in the air. Haha, you scared? How about that feeling of being airborne? Getting carried around by the scruff of your neck, losing control of your body? Nobody likes that, right? As if to prove her wrong, the musk beast opens its mouth to try and bite Lappland's finger. Yes, just like that. All you can do is fight back, right? She lets the musk beast rest in the palm of her hand. Did you know I once kept the buddy who looked just like you? I got the cutest little cage, the finest food, and even fluffy sawdust to nap on. I would even dress it up nice and pretty, but the musk beast cannot understand human language. It simply sniffs around Lappland's hand. The more I look at you, the more I see the resemblance. How about you come home with me then? She throws the rest of the photos into the fire, the tongues of the flame rolling over the already blurred faces. Must be like photos mixed of like her and her family and stuff like that, because again, that photo is her little like keepsake thing here. Place can hardly be called a hideout. It's nothing but a random shack where Lappland occasionally meets Capone and Gambino. Today, she comes by only to give the musk beast food and water. She doesn't even need to open the door to know what's going on inside. Strong burning odor rushes into her nostrils. Only the door remains in its original form. Somebody's coming! Get out of here! She kicks open the door. The inside is choked with thick smoke, and the musk beast cage that had been set in the middle of the table is turned over. She takes a look around and sees that everything of any utility has been chopped up and set alight. Very familiar way of doing things. She soon walks out, weapons in hand. Clear the stage with a 3-star rating while defeating none of my business. Is it the same one? If it's the same stage, then I just stack it the exact same way. Please tell me it's identical. Oh no, it's a different one. Okay.
Everyone.
Okay, well,
Stay calm.
let's try and stack this the way we did earlier.
Definitely prove myself this time.
44, so again, we need to get to 39 this time
Pay for that.
to clear the final 5.
Solid position.
Everybody get in formation. We got this.
Now one step backward.
What I will do, change things up a little bit. I don't know if it'll matter much.
Roger.
Let's throw her like that. I wonder. She may not hit him, but
There we go.
she would when he gets right here kind of deal. I think we're okay. No.
Just try me.
Oh, he disappeared. So I didn't beat him. I didn't beat him.
I'm right here, Doctor. I hear someone crying.
Oh, wait, he's right here.
No way out for you. Hurry up.
これ以上は進ませません。
Don't be afraid. Heal that wound in no time.
Oh, no, it was so close to it, too. Wow. So close to beating him.
Medevac.
If I'd have had Ami in the original position, it would have been better.
Sorry. I'm
So that's what we'll do then. We will put her in the original position, but maybe we'll make her face that way because he bounces around. She'll have more opportunity to catch him.
Let's
We'll face it just a little bit different.
I won't sleep. I'll definitely prove myself this time.
I wish that one of these would allow you to place somebody there. That'd be awesome.
You'll pay for that.
Okay, Pookie goes here.
Positioning.
I won't need to worry about red up there. If I do this right.
You'll pay for that.
Actually, I wonder if we trade Ami and Click. Just a curious thought here. Not that it's gonna matter much, but
Yeah, I'll show them what I can do.
the casters, here he comes.
Shadows. Good scenery here, Doctor. Hurry up. I'm right here. Are you afraid of me? There you are. It's safe here.
You'll have to try harder than that.
You'll pay for that.
Ah, she's technically just inside that then. Damn it. So that's not gonna help. That's kind of dumb of me. Let's put Texas there to attack him for just a moment.
Awaiting orders.
Don't be afraid. Heal that wound in no time. From shadows. Hurry up.
Yes, I got him. I got him taken care of.
Not one step backward.
No, 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 no.
Good scenery here, Doctor. There you are. Doctor?
Okay, we're okay though. We're okay because these guys are gonna run. Yeah, they're attacking him, but now we gotta deal with this guy. Shit.
Got it. Shadows.
Damn it. I have nobody left. All because of this. All because of this asshole. See, those guys, actually, now that I think of it, I don't really have to worry about them because they come through there.
Mission failed.
But still, it's better to be able to attack them
First aid needed.
properly. So, all right. All right. Beating that none of my business guy, we figured that much out. But the end there is a little rougher.
正面は私に任せて。 Ready to heal.
I wonder if I just put these two like this,
I'm listening.
and then I put the casters facing down.
I'll show them what I can do.
We don't worry about
Solid position.
aiming both down this way.
Take aim. Take aim. It's safe here. Got it. You'll pay for that. Here I am.
Haha, we got him to drop that where nobody is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This caster's annoying,
Everyone
but
believes in me.
sucks as those guys have to walk through it, but
You'll pay for that.
quick will finish him.
これ以上は
Yes.
どこに向かえばよろしいでしょう。
Let's begin.
I'm here to help. No. Please, come to your senses.
No, 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 no. Why is he getting through?
You can't stop
How the hell did that guy get through?
Freeze.
Wait, does that suck? I'm gonna lose those guys, but
Here, everyone believes in me.
Solid position. Cut them to pieces.
半歩だって引かない。
we just invoked that guy. Damn it. Because they got damage done to them and stuff.
Here I am.
加減はしますよ。
Doctor, you heal that wound in no time.
See, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to get the 3-star. I did really good until that point. It's a good thing that one doesn't take any stamina. Hmm.
Stay focused. Look straight ahead. Arrows loaded. Ready to go. Ready to heal.
Try a little bit different of a strategy. Or maybe I should have put her back there. Oh, that probably would have been better. Put her back there, Jessica and the 2 casters up front.
Roger.
Here, front load them. I did like the idea of putting Pookie up there. Just because if that gets set there, I can pull her, you know what I mean? But
You'll pay for that. There we go. I'm right here, Doctor. Are you afraid of me? Freeze!
there we go. Okay. We got him back down to that much at least. But
Crosswords.
we're gonna put Texas out there.
悪い人に立ち向かうぞ!
Wail on this guy a little bit.
Got it. You'll have to try harder than that.
Yeah. Yes, we lose click, but
これ以上は進ませません。
準備完了。私がついてる。Here, I know what you're thinking. Doctor, I can heal that wound in no time.
まとめてかかってきやがれ。
戦に心配しないで。
see if we can quell these last few guys here. We gotta do it quickly though, because we're getting to a point here where we're kind of in trouble if this gets up too far. Alright, we got click. Take care of them. Alright, cool. We may have just gotten it, but we've got these three here.
Don't be afraid. We'll heal that wound in no time. From shadows.
We're gonna get them out of here quick. Texas, fight, please. Fight this guy.
準備完了. Got it. I'm right here. I hear someone crying.
Oh, no. Get him out of here. Oh, yes. Just as he went to spawn. Yes. Finally. Onward and upward. Why, Pookie? Why do you have the hardest stages here? Good place to enjoy the breeze. Okay. Huh. No, isn't that something? Everything else burned away, but you're still here. She holds an old photograph in her hand. We'll caress the photograph. Now that's the photograph. In it is a silver-haired girl about 10 years of age, dressed meticulously in Saluzzo attire, a serious and stoic expression chiseled into her face. The girl's eyes are not looking at the color, are not looking at the camera, but rather its side. Carissimo, padre mio. She presses the photo to her chest, whispering to herself as if in a dream. Ever since I was little, as the heir of the familia Saluzzo, I was taught how to behave, how to speak, how to talk to the wise guys to command more authority. At that time, I didn't realize you were more than just my father. You were Don Saluzzo. I thought I would be free if I rebelled against you, but I came to realize you were also controlled by the familia. Spiacente. Controlled. Controlled. You wouldn't see it that way. She tears the photograph into little pieces until only her young, naive face remains. She looks into her own eyes. Of course, you think that's how things should be. That's what a Don should be. Of course, his daughter is not just his daughter, she's also the future Donna. Don't I just look like a fragile little foul beast forced to lug around sharpened claws? I really did love that gift, Father. I cherished it more than words can express. She tossed the shreds of paper into the pit like confetti. A small charred muzz beast is already lying in there. And in the end, you still died. This still won't burn, and I still have no hope of escape. I cherished you so much, but you died at the hands of Carissimo, Padre mio, yet again. Those eyes seemed to peer up at her from within the flames. Recompense. Explore more areas first. Okay. So we are done with her for now. Let's go in here. Let's finish getting these things. Max that. Ooh, I still have 2 remaining. Okay. One other thing. I am curious about Leontuzzo here. One thing about him. Leader of the Wolfpack. Yes, he is a summon. Okay. This unit can designate one tactical point within attack range to call reinforcements. Attack is increased to 150% when attacking enemies blocked. Okay, can summon a wolf pack initially consisting of 2 wolf shadows at the tactical point to assist in combat. The number increases by 1 every 30 seconds, up to a maximum of 3. Each wolf shadow increases the wolf pack's block by 1 and causes its attack to deal an additional insistence of damage. Okay, so my understanding is he is kind of like Mulesies, and if that's the case, he generates 7 DP and summons 1 wolf shadow. If that's the case, I might want him on my team. and like fast here. So I will probably work on farming for him soon, but we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of things going on there. But we are going to finish up for tonight. We'll just replace our base people here.
May I come
Only because. Okay, Myrtle's good. So we'll replace and put those two in so that they can be good until we record again tomorrow. So, took us a little longer than expected to get through some of the things there. And as a result, we only got through two of the main story things, but we got through a lot of that side stuff, and we started getting stuff for Leon there for Vigil. And because of that, we're in some pretty good shape as far as setting ourselves up for. We've got half of the event completed, the main story, and I've still got 3 more days. So I've got plenty of time to continue through it and to beat these stages, hopefully. But I'm gonna try and not make it so that I'm fighting last minute to beat the stages and staying up all freaking night to do it like last time. So, with any luck though, we will have a decent opportunity here to finish up over the next 2 days, 3 days. So, that being said, I'm gonna do one more pull here with what I have for a random, just to finish this off. And we get a core, and it's Myr.
I'm Myr.
Hello, Myr.
An herbalist. Dr. Calcic
She's a
gave me this
herbalist.
title.
A herbalist. And she is at potential 3, 2. Okay. Okay, so I got her not long ago then. We'll have to do some farming, and I'll work on that tomorrow. Again, I'm trying to not do so much of my base stuff on camera, like my initial base stuff, but like I'll try to do my head hunting at least and stuff like that on camera, so that way you guys see that stuff. But we will continue to
I'm an assassin, huh?
work on getting these done,
She's
and
afraid of
then once
me.
this event's over, we'll see what's
I
coming
don't wanna
next.
do
But
anything to
I'll
her.
probably be working on main story and stuff again here soon.
Bring back the old Texas.
But
The one we got here is a
yeah.
Chiolo in Porito.
I think we're making some solid progress, not just into the main game, but into events and stuff now too. So let's exchange here. Okay. All right, guys, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to hang out here and watch these videos. With that being said, guys, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys next time.